Important altcoin update.
If you hold tokens in AxonDAO, Ondo Finance, Bittensor, Synternet, or Blockasset, you need to watch this episode.
Welcome to the Bean Pod. This is your place for all things stocks and crypto. From beginner tips to expert picks. Use this as fuel for your investing journey, because when you're in the know, your money will grow.
This episode of the Bean Pod is sponsored by BitGet.
BitGet is the most user-friendly and secure crypto trading platform for both beginners and experienced traders.
BitGet is the best place to not only trade Bitcoin and Ethereum, but also all the small cap gems that we discuss every day.
With 24/7 customer support, leverage trading, and a wide array of other advanced features, BitGet sets itself apart from every other centralized exchange.
Through Beanstock's official partnership with BitGet, you'll receive 15% off all trading fees when you sign up using the referral link in the description.
All views expressed by speakers on the Bean Pod are solely their opinions. You should not treat any opinion expressed on the Bean Pod as a specific inducement to make a particular investment or follow a specific strategy, but only as an expression of their opinion. This podcast is for informational purposes only.
Welcome to the Bean Pod. This is Shane, aka the Jolly Green Investor.
And this is Josh, the Nifty Investor.
Today, we're going to bring you the most important updates for 5 of the top altcoins that we own, and many of you do as well.
So this is a very important update because we're going to run through everything that these projects have been doing lately. Now, there's a lot of behind the scenes developments that not everybody is aware of because, you know, we're driving to work, we're busy, we got kids to look after, it's summertime, etc. So it's going to be a really quick episode giving you a really quick rundown as to what has been occurring with these 5 projects and important points that you need to know about.
For sure. I feel like a lot of people get caught up with, the market's been kind of sideways down for so long. Everyone's focused on Bitcoin. But in the background, real projects, which are the type of projects we like to invest in, they're building. They're making new partnerships. They're making inroads to launching new products, new projects, all kinds of things, updates to the platform. And if you want to find the projects and the coins that are going to perform the best when the market rebounds, you need to stay plugged into each project and see, okay, which one has the best roadmap moving forward? Which one maybe had to buy the dip opportunity, right? So we're going to cover these 5 projects because all 5 of them have been doing different things. So this is an episode you need to watch into the end.
So let's go into the very first one, Bittensor TAO. And, that was one of those buy the dip opportunities because recently there was a hack. It affected 5 subnet cold keys, 2 validators, and the foundation realized that 30 wallets got hacked and they got drained of 32,000 TAO. So that put a lot of sell pressure on Bittensor, sort of like what was occurring with Bitcoin when Grayscale kept selling all their Bitcoin. So this led to a massive sell-off down to like $200 range, but it's been one of the quickest rebounds in all of crypto right now. It's up to like $350. That's pretty big.
100%. I feel like when you see like something really negative or bad happen with legitimate projects, it's always a buy the dip opportunity. Sometimes you see like a hack or, a quote unquote hack or, potentially rug pull with these anonymous projects. At that moment, those projects are probably dead and they'll never recover. Now, we're not going to name names, but that's happened to a few projects, right?
Yeah.
But when you see like fully transparent projects with real people behind them that are being invested in by the largest entities in crypto, like Grayscale, if something bad happens to them that's temporary, it is almost always a buy the dip opportunity. If you look past in the history of Bitcoin and Ethereum, in their early days, they both had exploits or hacks or something that happened within the smart contract. They both performed a hard fork to fix their vulnerability, which is exactly what Bittensor did. And if you would have bought that dip, you would have...
You're up 75% or something right now.
Like immediately.
Yeah.
And if you would have bought those dips of Bitcoin and Ethereum, when those things happen, you're up thousands and thousands of percent,
yeah.
Right? So you just have to remember that it's early days still for Bittensor. This is the decentralized AI leader, just like Bitcoin is the decentralized finance leader. You got to zoom out in these situations and look at what Bittensor is building. And when something like this happens, buy the dip.
Yeah. So one of the biggest updates that occurred was there was this hack with Bittensor, but Grayscale just launched their decentralized AI fund, making it easy. So there's like a basket of AI projects. There's, I think, 5 of them that are included. And this is going to make it available for institutional and accredited investors to get involved with these digital assets via the Grayscale basket. In there, we have Render, Near Protocol, Altcoin, Live Peer, and Bittensor TAO. When I first saw it, I was like, why is render weighted 33% or something? Why is near protocol weighted 33% or whatever? And even live peer and Filecoin have these super high rankings.
Yeah.
Bittensor was actually the lowest at like 2%. My theory and my like reason behind this, I think this is actually quite bullish for Bittensor because that percentage is going to continue to creep up to into the 30s, I'd say.
Yep.
I've seen the way Grayscale's playing this, and they're very like 5D chess with everything they do. They got their trusts, they accumulate Bitcoin, then they sell when it's at all-time highs and all these other things. That we're already seeing the number increase. The other day it was at 2%. Today it's at 3.5%.
Yep.
We're gonna keep seeing that number increase. So that's a very bullish catalyst for Bittensor here.
Yeah, my assessment of that was the exact same. As soon as I saw that, I said, one, the fact that it's included in this very select and small basket is obviously bullish.
Yeah.
But then the opportunity, when you see these other projects which don't, in our opinion, offer as much as Bittensor does at such higher weightings in the basket, I think you're going to see that 3% move to 10, 15, 20, and maybe 30%. So they've already got their foot in the door with the institutions via this basket. And the fact that it's only 3% at time of recording, I think that's going to make way for a lot of institutional buying, which we've been talking about institutions eyeing on Bittensor for a while. So I think you see massive catalysts from that. And then again, like another thing for TAO and the tokenomics, right? We always talk about how the tokenomics mirror Bitcoin. And people just need to understand that the Bitcoin halving is always a bullish event in Bitcoin. It's been proven time and time again. And right now we're in the post-halving bull run. Bittensor hasn't even had its first halving yet.
True.
That occurs in just over a year in
September,
October of 2025.
Yeah.
So you just need to be wary. Again, Grayscale knows these things.
For sure.
They're accumulating, and then I think we're going to see the bull run, the Bittensor halving catalyst of next year. So again, we've been very vocal about how Bittensor for us is a long and strong hold. We're staking our TAO, just reaping the rewards. I think it's going to be, it's only a matter of time until this thing goes into the 4 digits and beyond.
Of course, yeah. So they're up to 43 subnets as well. They have that goal of reaching 1,000 subnets. So subnets are increasing. Hack occurred. Grayscale included Bittensor TAO in their AI basket of a select group of 5. So very exciting times for Bittensor, and there's a lot of exciting things to come.
100%. All right, let's move on to a project that we've been talking about a lot lately, Blockasset.
Okay.
So they've had there's not a lot of projects that have had bigger announcements and product launches in all of crypto than Blockasset, right?
Yeah.
Especially for a small cap project. So as you may or may not be aware, we've partnered with them officially. So we're using BlockBet, which is their brand new crypto casino and sports betting thing. It's basically like taking all the best bits of Rollbit, Stake, the media presence of Barstool Sports, and the fact that Blockasset just signed a multi-year global marketing agreement with the UFC. People just still don't realize how big this is.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I see legitimacy and exposure. This is just this very start of BlockBet. The betting app is still in beta. So right now, they're doing everything in their power to bring in as many people as possible, via our link, our official partner link. People who join the platform get a 200% deposit bonus plus 100 free spins. They just did a, all-inclusive paid trip. Anybody who does some betting and stuff, who does some staking, there's different ways of participating. I think that's over by the time this episode is released. But you can see that they're doing everything in their power to bring on as many users as they possibly can. So I think it's a very important time to be paying attention to Block. They just did a really big burn. They burned 1.1 million Block tokens, removing them from circulation. This is because there was $1.1 million wagered on their beta version of their BlockBet app.
Right.
This is within 3 weeks of this app launching. What happens when there's, a year or 2 years from now, utilizing the UFC and all these other platforms that they have to attract their users, when they're doing 20 million in revenue or 20 million in wagered bets?
100%.
Do you know how much Block? This is going to become an ultra deflationary token. With the amount of bets being wagered and the burns taking place, because this is not the first burn.
100%. And I mean, you look at Blockasset, their token is Block. Owning Block, one, is going to give you revenue share. And it's like owning a small piece of the actual crypto casino, the sports trading platform, because the more revenue that they make via their crypto casino, the more revenue share and rewards you're going to see as a Block holder. And you look at the market cap of Blockasset at time of recording, say it's around 15, maybe 20 million. Then you look at competitors who are not partnered with the UFC, like Rollbit or even Stake. The market cap of Rollbit is somewhere around 250 million.
Yeah.
And Stake is a
$2 billion
billion dollar company.
Yeah.
Blockasset has just signed this partnership with one of the largest sporting organizations in the world. Their platform is newer, it's sleek. They are onboarding new users at an alarming rate. I think they've had like
over 1,000. It's like 1,000 a day.
Yeah.
Via block.
Thousands and thousands and thousands of people are joining this platform. Again, the early bird is getting the worm. People that are joining BlockBet, they're getting more rewards, they're getting more giveaways, better betting odds, all kinds of deposit bonuses, which is great. I think, it's just one of those projects where the team is building the platform with the community.
Yeah.
They're listening to feedback, they're adding features, they're rewarding people for using it. They're doing everything right. And at the market cap compared to their competitors, I think Blockasset is an absolute no-brainer. They're doing an awesome job.
So we had the UFC partnership. We also had the massive burn of 1.1 million tokens being removed from circulation. Huge push for people onto Block, and that's through a ton of different rewards. You can get some via our link. They also integrated with Telegram. Telegram has 800 million users worldwide. Now you can access BlockBet directly from that messaging app. That's just another avenue to bring people in. Telegram is used by a lot of people, nearly 1 billion people worldwide. Again, it's just very clever and a smart way of integrating Web3 technology with this Web2 thing to bring everybody in. And so they're doing a lot of smart steps to generate revenue, bring in additional users. Blockasset, the Block token, should not be slept on. And BlockBet, I think, will be a really great app to be using to be making your bets.
100%. Let's move on to another one of our favorite projects that also just launched one of their kind of flagship new projects, and that's AxonDAO. So they just launched A+ Voice, which is, we've always talked about AxonDAO, the AXGT token, as this decentralized science project that is incubating a bunch of different science and, medical treatment projects through their ecosystem. But now they're actually, putting their money where their mouth is. They've launched their flagship project through their decentralized science ecosystem, which is A+ Voice. It's pretty cool.
So you can check it out, aplusvoice.io. Basically, you record your voice, and you can let AxonDAO do the research with your voice results, and you're rewarded for doing this. You can also refer other people to the platform and be rewarded in AXGT tokens. It's just a matter of time before they roll out Ultra Plus V, Silosis, and all these other different medical research platforms that allow you to partake and earn for it. Like, there's a lot of medical research out there, and but typically it involves going to a hospital or a clinic, several miles away. You stay there for 7 days. You get paid like $7,000, stuff like this. You have to imagine when there's going to start to be maybe 100 different projects coming to AxonDAO, all the AXGT that's going to be consumed in the amount of different, how much money you can actually make by participating and providing your data.
And like when we had that interview that we did with the founders a few weeks ago, Mac put it so well. He talked about how you're already giving your data, your location data, your healthcare data to the big companies, through Apple Health. If you wear a Google Watch, all that kind of stuff, your AirPods, it's all being given to the companies, and you're not getting anything from it. You're actually paying to use their services, and they're taking your data for free.
Yeah.
So with AxonDAO, they're flipping that around, and they're saying, look, you're already giving your data to the mega corporations without getting any sort of reward. Why don't you you're already giving the data away. So why don't you give the data here to us, and we'll actually reward you?
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer. Like, I think, all these mega corporations are just stealing your data, and they're profiting from it. If you don't think they're profiting from your data, you don't realize what's actually going on. But just like the whole ethos of crypto and decentralization is rewarding people for their contributions. So AxonDAO is saying, look, you have all this healthcare data that you're, valuable data that all these science companies and new treatments can use. Why don't you just give it to us through our new app, and we'll reward you in AXGT tokens or other crypto that you can use. They're going to eventually be linking this to a credit card, all kinds of interesting things.
Yeah, I mean, why not contribute to healthcare? Why not contribute to science? Why not accumulate AXGT tokens in a company that will be a multi-billion-dollar project in the upcoming years? Because this platform isn't going anywhere. They started in 2012. We're sitting in 2024 right now. These guys have been working for 12 years straight. This is not going away. This is going to be one of those billion-dollar companies. So why not start accumulating AXGT tokens now while contributing? It's pretty amazing that they have this predictive AI technology that they're utilizing with NVIDIA to detect early diseases within the body. There's no other platform doing that. This is a super small market cap company, super small market cap project, sorry.
Yeah.
This is an altcoin that I think a lot of people should be accumulating.
For sure. And two interesting catalysts that are potentially coming up on the maybe short to mid term for AxonDAO and the AXGT token. One, They continue to talk about a tier 1 centralized exchange listing. So there's been a lot of talk about potentially Coinbase. Who knows? That would be a massive catalyst for the token. And the other one is, they're already an NVIDIA Inception Accelerator partner for the program, but they've talked about how they could be one of the first, if not the first crypto project to be officially partnered with NVIDIA in the AI department. And that would come with a minimum of a $10 million investment directly from NVIDIA into AxonDAO.
Minimum.
That would be fucking massive,
Yeah.
right? So we have those two things. When those happen, I want to be holding AXGT.
Yeah.
So you see these people, they buy $1,000 worth of AXGT and they sell it 2 minutes later.
Yeah.
It's just like,
I know, it's funny.
what are you guys doing?
Yeah, it's funny.
Massive catalyst coming out for AxonDAO. Obviously, not financial advice. Anything we say in this episode is just our opinion. We're just sharing what we think these tokens and what we are personally doing. But I wouldn't want to be without a big bag of AXGT moving forward.
So yeah, pretty cool. A+ Voice is now live, and we have some catalysts coming out with potentially an NVIDIA partnership in addition to, maybe a Coinbase listing or something.
For sure.
Up next.
I think let's go to Ondo Finance.
Okay.
So this again, the first thing about Ondo I want to just kind of get across is like, look how well Ondo Finance has held up through this like 3 to 4 month dip in altcoins we've seen.
It hasn't dipped at all.
No. And that says something, right? Like, first of all, I think what that says is Ondo is owned by institutions.
For sure.
Because they're not fucking paper handing bitches at the bottom.
Yeah. I love that.
They're just holding their Ondo because they know what's going on with Ondo. They know they're working with BlackRock. They know Ondo is, in our opinion, the chosen institutional coin. They're not selling for pennies on the dollar. They know that Ondo Finance is going to be one of the leaders in crypto moving forward. So while everyone else is paper handing their bags at the bottom, these guys are probably just buying more.
Yeah.
So if you look at the Ondo chart on its own, it's going up. But if you were to say, you can chart like Bitcoin to Ethereum.
Yeah.
If you were to chart like Ondo to insert another altcoin, the chart would just be a massive green dong. Because everything else is going down 70%.
Yeah.
Ondo is going up 10%.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This thing is holding up extremely well, and that there is as big of a green flag as you need.
That's the difference between institutional investors and people who know what they're doing versus maybe the retail who are a bit new to the space. It's the time frame. We've been in Bittensor now for a year. Whatever it does, who cares? But we're 5-year visionaries for that project. We see what's coming. We can hold through the downturns. Ondo is another one of those projects. BlackRock has said, Larry Fink has said that they will be tokenizing everything. Trillions of dollars are going to be tokenized on Ethereum. BlackRock is backing Ondo Finance. BlackRock is sending money to Ondo Finance. Yeah. You can see this on Arkham Intelligence. You can see that they're sending $150 million. You see that they're sending 250 grand or whatever. Consistently sending money to Ondo Finance. And that's because of their flagship product, USDY. So if everything's going to be tokenized, tokenization will only make sense when the tokenized asset provides additional utility. And the flagship product, USDY, which is secured by U.S. Treasuries, which is very important, is allowing you to leverage the USDY for other assets. So you can get lending collateral, you can get leverage for payments, other liquidity provisions, et cetera. So when you look into the USDY a little bit further in that flagship product, and I don't know why anybody isn't talking about this, but the partnership in the integration with Shopify.
That's huge.
This is like one of the biggest online platforms in the world, and USDY is now made its way onto that. USDY is Ondo Finance.
Yeah.
Right? USDY is BlackRock. Shopify is what everybody uses without even knowing it.
Yeah, I think maybe because of it's, stable coins aren't sexy, and some of it is a little bit complicated with the treasury. I think the word treasuries, again, people are like, that's...
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not a meme coin, so I don't know what it is. But yeah, their partnership with Shopify and USDY being a payment option for one of the biggest global e-commerce platforms is gigantic. And I think a lot of the, things that people would say against like USDT is like, what is it backed by? Or like some of the stable coins is like, what is it backed by? But USDY is backed by US Treasuries. And we have BlackRock and Ondo Finance behind this. So I think as soon as, Shopify is now integrated, what the sky is the limit now for potential like this. And we've talked about the stablecoin shift on this show for over a year now, how we think things as the US starts to get more regulations in crypto, USDC is going to take over, maybe USDY gets in there. Who knows if Donald Trump becomes a president, he's been outwardly vocal about how he wants US to accept crypto, right? So who knows what stablecoins are going to be put into the global payment system, in the US payment system. I think if you look at BlackRock, who arguably runs the world in a small way, if their chosen one is Ondo Finance and their product is USDY, I think there's a lot of potential here. And that's why institutions are not selling Ondo. They're just buying it.
Yeah, Shopify could end up being like one of the platforms used for the tokenization, the selling of different tokenized assets globally.
For sure.
So USDY as a settlement option via Solana and Helio through the Shopify with Ondo and BlackRock. It's like BlackRock needs to be in everybody's portfolio, in my opinion.
100%. And the CVL just keeps increasing.
Yeah, it's just surpassed 500 mil. It's on a clear path to $1 billion.
Yeah.
The market cap of Ondo is only $2 billion or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, look, crypto is risky. Altcoins are risky, but Ondo seems to be one of the quote unquote less risky coins. Like, it's just, for me, like, there's no way I'm selling that.
It's institutional on-chain finance.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going anywhere.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the last altcoin that we need to give a big update on. And this is like the epitome of it went through a buy the rumor, sell the news. And I think it's in a massive buy the dip territory. And that is Synternet, formerly known as Synterp, the Noya token.
Yeah, so Synternet mainnet is officially live. So that makes them an official layer 1 protocol powering the Web3 data economy. Essentially, the token SYNT is the new token. We've talked about Synterp in the past. Synternet, they're using NOIA. There's a migration that is currently occurring. It's limited time. So if you are holding the NOI token, you need to bridge that over to the Synternet token. And it's very important that you do it sooner rather than later, because the Cosmos bridge is going live July 29th. And that's when the token utility finally kicks in. So anybody who wants real-time on-chain data, which is going to provide a massive competitive advantage, will have to use the SYNT token to gain access to this data. So you're essentially going to see Synternet burned as gas, and that's going to create a lot of pressure on the SYNT token. And I think we could see really good things from it.
Yeah, and also if you're a long-term holder and you have a long-term belief in Synternet like we do on this show, then you can start staking your Synternet token. So Synternet staking goes live on the Cosmos blockchain as soon as the migration occurs. So as soon as end of July, basically, you can start staking your Synternet. I'm going to be staking my Synternet because I think there's no way I'm selling it at these levels. I think this is going to be one of the biggest winners. The fact that it's becoming this whole on-chain gas for data. It's now a layer 1, right? Yeah. Before, when it was Synterp, it was just gas for data. It was a data marketplace, which we already loved. Now it's building the layer 1 for on-chain data. So it's going to be attracting all kinds of developers who want to build any sort of decentralized app that's based on data. And there's so much opportunity for any dApp to be built around data, because at the end of the day, data is what drives the entire blockchain, right?
For sure.
So I think once you see the Cosmos integration, they're going to continue. They're always partnering, becoming more interoperable. I think they had a partnership with, obviously, Oasis Network. They had a couple of new partnerships with, they joined the DPIN Liquidity Hub with IoTex, and they partner with another ZK privacy project for privacy tooling. Because when you're dealing with data, I think you need to put an onus on privacy. Yeah. And the fact that they're already partnered with Oasis Network, this new one, ZK, AGI, all kinds of privacy things. Look, if you look at their roadmap, it's just stacked with catalysts moving forward. We saw a massive sell-off of the NOIA token because everyone's like, all right, mainnet's launching, let's dump this thing.
Well, there's also that so the tokens will all look funny as well because of the migration. So it's like you'll have liquidity and tokens on the NOIA, but it's also funneling into SYNT. So there's a little bit of that going on as well. So the charts are going to look a little bit funny for the next couple of months, as there's still thousands of people who have yet to migrate. So we should be educating the audience and making sure that you guys do that before you lose out on your NOI, your Synternet tokens.
And I think they've planned on some massive token buybacks to make it like a burn mechanism, deflationary for the supply moving forward. So it's kind of a big transition phase. We knew there was going to be these things always have small hiccups and stuff. But if you look at the chart, this is a massive, obviously not financial advice, but this looks like a buy opportunity for Synternet because nothing with the project has changed. It's actually gotten a lot stronger.
Yeah, way
but
more.
People have dumped the token because, they don't know what to do.
So, I think when you have Injective and Peak, et cetera, all tapping into it, and when everything, like we said, everything's getting tokenized, everything's on chain, this is going to be the place where people are going to be tapping. This is one of the only projects providing real-time on-chain data that is interoperable across all major chains. There's nobody else doing it.
So it's a very unique project. We've been on it for a long time, and we will continue. I'm going to be staking my Synternet when that goes live very soon. So, hey, look, that's our update for these 5 tokens. If there's any other main altcoins that you hold that you want us to do an update episode on, let us know in the comments because we're always going to be continually doing these altcoin updates for you.
Make sure you tune into the next episode.
That one is going to be a banger.
All views expressed by speakers on the BeanPod are solely their opinions. You should not treat any opinion expressed on the BeanPod as a specific inducement to make a particular investment or follow a specific strategy, but only as an expression of their opinion. This podcast is for informational purposes only.